Hello, welcome back to Bleacher Talk, the only talk show on Bleachers. I'm your host, not Franz. People out there doing construction, there's planes flying overhead, the birds are chirping. Today's going to be a good day. Let's get right into it. Today's guest, he's an accounting major at UF, almost has his degree, super down-to-earth kid, lifelong friend of mine. I've known him since I was like about this big, kindergartner, whatever. He knows about finance, stocks, all this other stuff. Come on, Matt Young, bring it over here, man. Bring it over here, Matt.
Hey.
What's up, man?
Good talk.
My guy. So what's up?
Not much, man. Just finally finishing the last few days of a long career of just countless studying at UF. It's been a while, but I can't wait to graduate.
Of course, a master's in accounting, man. Tell us about that.
Yeah. So the whole idea of why I wanted to do accounting was when I first saw accounting my sophomore year of college. I didn't really know what accounting was. I really didn't know much about business. But that first class I took, financial accounting, I just really fell in love with just understanding it. And, it was sort of like a math, idea revolved around accounting. So that flew with me. And then just the fact that I really understood it really helped out. So I ended up getting a bachelor's in accounting from UF, and now I'm doing my master's at UF in accounting too. And it's a lot. I mean, you thought financial accounting was bad.
Of course.
Wait until consolidation shit. That, oh my god, it's so bad. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna be graduating with a master's in accounting. I already have a job lined up in New York.
That's big time.
So things are going well for me. I'm just trying to stay in school, finish college strong, and then from there focus on just living life, figuring life out, and just being the best I can be. But I hear this talk show is going really well so far.
Yeah, man, I love it, man. Second guest, and thank you for coming on. Honestly, bad, dude. Since you're big on finance, I just wanted you to give a few, I would say, pointers and tips to kids like us, college students, that don't know that much about finance and fiscal responsibility.
Right.
So I can just give it
Sure.
a few pointers. Start us off.
So the whole idea of finance is relatively new. Companies have been in existence for years and years, but it's only until the last 20-30 years that finance and accounting have really become what they are today. It was only until very recently that they had the Enron scandal, and
What's that?
So basically, this company called Enron, they falsified their financial statements. So the financial statements are what go to investors, so they can make decisions on whether or not they want to invest in the stock. And so what auditors do, accountants, is that they go into the company and they determine whether or not what the company is saying is actually truthful.
So they just double check.
They double check. But what the accountants did was that they said, okay, Enron, we see you're falsifying this, but we won't tell anyone that you are.
For a little bit.
For the money, right?
Yeah.
So eventually it was found out that both Enron and the company, I think it was Anderson, that they both fraudulently screwed up the financial statements. So all the money that investors could have potentially saved, they lost because the stock just plummeted. And as a result, they created what's known as the Sarbanes-Oxley.
Okay.
There you go.
He's got all this stuff.
Yeah, I remember it.
There you go.
Sarbanes-Oxley, which makes it so companies going forward, now instead of allowing that sort of fraudulent activity to happen and then for people to find out, now they have stricter regulations, and you can also be fined and be put in prison for 10-15 years if you're found doing that shit. So one of the big things in accounting that they stress in school is ethics.
Ethics.
Dude,
Just be a good person. Just do the right thing.
Be a good
Simple.
person, man. I mean, you thought like in high school we were like really good people, and you're a good person. I'm a good person, but there's a lot of people out there that don't really care about ethics and would do whatever they want.
And like that's the thing. Like I feel like being an accountant, like money, it changes people, and like you can't say it doesn't change people. Like if you had a chance to make a lot more money by being unethical, people probably do it, you know.
Right.
But I'm just glad that I don't think you would do it at all, because you're a smart kid and you know like the ropes of accounting. So I doubt you'd do it.
Yeah, I hope so. But you know, there's a lot of factors that goes into like when someone like breaks the law. You know, I know that like money is like it's the number one thing when it comes to being greedy. Like if you have a chance to make more money for you and you can potentially hurt other people, then you know there's a lot of people out there that would do it. But that's from the accounting standpoint. Back to finance. So I didn't really know much about finance either. And finance is actually like something that so this is the thing that I think of when I think of finance. Accounting is a way to keep track of the past, a way to keep track of the progress that your company has made. And let's say you go to the grocery store and you buy a thing of eggs, right? There's a transaction that occurs. Let's say your business, whatever, you sell pancakes and you need eggs to make pancakes, whatever. That's a cost, right? And so if you were to buy eggs from, let's say, Publix, that would be a transaction, and you would record that in your company ledger. And from there, you would be able to keep track of your costs, and then Publix would keep track of their costs, and at the end of the day, you would know how much money you spent, how much money you made, and everyone would be happy. That's what accounting is. And that's a way to keep track of the past and the progress that you've made over the years. Now, finance is something completely different. Finance is a way to look at, okay, you've made this money in the past. What could we do differently to make more money in the future? It's all about looking at the future.
Of course.
So, that's why a lot of finance people get paid commission based off of what they produce, because, if they do something and it doesn't work, then no one's going to pay them.
So basically it's about like trying to like predict the future in a way, because it's all about trends,
Exactly.
Like I'm not big on stocks, like I'm not sure like how it works, but like it's up and down, like certain values of things. So that plays a big factor in it too, I assume.
So yeah, it's a roller coaster, like you said. Finance it's not just like stocks, although stocks play a big role in finance. But it's just like cash flows, like let's say you want to make $100 in 5 years, but you're spending $5 now. Is the $5 that you're spending now going to be worth it in 5 years? That's what finance is. In a basic sense.
Hey, like it makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, back to your point about like what could college students do and high school students and just people our age do, I guess, to know more about it, because a lot of people I know don't really know much about it. And it's one thing to know about it, it's another thing to actually do something. But like I'd say from like an accounting perspective, like always make sure that you always look at the contract. This is more of a legal thing, but always look at a contract, know what you're getting into, see how the payments...
Wait, what do you mean? Like, because like most college students, like, I wouldn't say don't read contracts, but like, what contracts?
Like any business contract or any contract in general.
Like getting paid? Like
getting
like
paid,
company?
Paying a company, just, anything at the doctor's office. Whatever it is, just always try to read it, because there's always these hidden things in there. And like, you never know. Like, this is completely off topic, but, for instance, there could be something you sign that in the small, in the fine print, that says that in the next 2 years, you're paying this right now, but it's going to go up in $10, $20.
That makes sense.
You really got to be aware of that. That's one thing. That's not really accounting related, but that's definitely something to look into. Another thing is like learning about stocks. like a lot of people just know about stocks. They don't really know like what they're buying, what that. Make sure you know like something about the company. Like I know Warren Buffett, like his number one piece of advice is like know what you're buying, because you could buy, let's say, XYZ company and you don't know anything about them. So then all of a sudden they report like negative profit. You're like, what am I supposed to do? And that's why you lose money. But a lot of the young investors nowadays, like they're eager to invest, but they really don't know what to invest in. And as a college student and as a current like investor in stocks, I think that things that are going to grow in the future, next 5-10 years.
So like, what would you mean by that? Like, would you say like technology, because that's big right now?
Oh, sure.
Like, I don't know, 3D printing, something like that. I don't know. Like.
Yeah. Technology and 3D printing are definitely something that's going to evolve in the next couple of years. Technology is encompassing any single business. So, just the camera we got right here, the Canyon, and the all the tripod, all that stuff. That's all new technology that wasn't here like a couple of years ago.
Of course.
But like anything in business, all revolves around technology.
Yeah.
So technology, a lot of companies are investing in what's called AI.
Yo, that's crazy. That's a topic right there.
That's
man.
a big topic. And like I actually got an email as an intern that my company is thinking about making everything, taking everything, 50% of all the current functionality of what we do, AI.
All right, that makes sense.
So it's good for the company.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a lot of people whose jobs depend on making money doing that stuff.
All right. I mean, that's the argument right there, though. Like, I feel like with AI, like there's some candidates right now, and like it's coming like upcoming election that says that like AI will take most of the jobs out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever it is. But like he's trying to like say that if there's robots doing that stuff, why can't couldn't there be just a basic income for everybody? Or is that like, that's probably politics right there, not really like finance?
Yeah, I mean, that is politics. I mean, there's like a lot of ways you could look at it. I think a majority of people don't think AI is a bad thing. I think that they think that AI is going to make the world a lot more efficient.
Whew. Welcome back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but hey, we're back. And you were talking about creating apps, as you said?
Yes, sir.
So that's big time, man.
Yeah. So as I was saying, there's a lot of stuff that you and I and like millennials can do right now that's just online, like going to udemy.com or just going on like Treehouse is another website.
Hey, Udemy, Treehouse. Hey, sponsor your boy. Bleacher Talk. Don't talk shit on Bleachers. No, I'm joking.
Oh yeah. Dude, but technology is just taking over the world in so many aspects of what we do on a day-to-day basis. I mean, just everyone on their phone. I mean, you use your phone a lot, yeah?
Yeah.
You try not to.
Unfortunately, yeah, I do.
Yeah. There's so many people in college that they're just always on their phone every single day, at any moment in time. And it's just like, at some point, there's going to be a decline in the value of using your phone. Like there's so much other stuff you could be doing.
Of course.
Whether it doesn't even have to be anything. It'd just be thinking about nothing, or just relaxing, taking some, deep breaths.
Yeah.
A lot of people just
so rushed.
Something,
They
have ADHD.
Yeah.
It's like literally every single person has ADHD.
Course.
They gotta be doing something.
Yo.
They can't be looking at this Bleacher right now, and
Bleachers.
People would think I'm psycho for just staring at something for 5 seconds.
But
but they're not psycho if they're staring at their phone for 2 hours.
That's true. I have a question. Since technology's obviously getting more and more advanced, why like some things have stayed the same? Like for example, like the DMV. Like, why is it still long lines when like there's certain things that like, I'm not saying, oh, put AI in the DMV, but
Yeah.
shouldn't they upgrade their computers so it can be like, so it can load faster and pull up the information faster or something like that? Like,
That's a good point.
that's a random example.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, you know, that's a government entity. So I think that, you know, a lot of the money that the government spends, you know, this is back to politics, you know, is spent in a bad way. I think that, you know, the government of Florida, and potentially, you know, nationally, they could upgrade their computers, they could upgrade their software to make things a lot more efficient.
Yeah.
But I guess that's something that needs to be talked about.
Yeah, and
it needs
addressed,
to be lobbied for. But you know, me personally, when I never go to the DMV anymore. If I lose my driver's license, for example, I order it online.
Whoa, automation. Now I'm playing. that's
or
dope.
something like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever lost your license?
I did, but I found my wallet again, so I didn't lose my license. So thank God I didn't have to go to the DMV or go online. 'Cause that's a hassle, you know. Like, nobody wants to do it and like order it.
It really
It takes
is.
time, but it must be done because you need your ID.
Yeah.
But-
Next thing you know, Amazon be making their own fake IDs and be sending it to you.
Whoa, is that real? Ah, you got me there. That's funny. Hey, 'cause that's funny. You got me there.
Yeah.
No, but like,
Yo, one question. I noticed you got the Invisalign, yeah?
yeah.
Tell me about that, because I had braces when I was younger, but I never wore my retainer just because I hated new wears. But tell me more.
All right,
about the
dude. Like,
Invisalign.
I would say, like last year or so, I was very like uncomfortable with my smile.
Yeah.
Cause like I had like a tooth like right here like pushed back, and like it was a crooked, so like it looked weird, you know. But hey, Invisalign, Smile Direct fixed it. Look at the smile. Ding. Nah, I'm playing, but no, it works, man. It works. You walk in there, they like scan your teeth with like technology. It's like back in the day, like in dental, they used to like
mold.
use the mold and
Yeah.
like you like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
it's
sucked,
bad.
you know. But now like it's like a scanner. It scans all your teeth, right? So up, down, left, right, everything. And then that information sent to like their offices somewhere. I don't know, probably in Cancun. I'm joking. Spring break.
China?
Probably China. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's sent, and like the dental people, like they try to like produce aligners to help fix like week by week. So right now I'm on week 1.
Yeah.
So like next week I'll be on week 2, and after that I'll be on week 3 and 4. So I went for the last one for 2 weeks so it can stay in place.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
Do they have to continually update the aligner?
No, it's like a whole like I got a 6-month pack, so all at once.
Oh.
Yeah, so I have to wear it every week, and like when I'm eating, I take it out and like wash it out a little bit, and then like, after I eat, I put it back in. And every night, like I brush and.
So how often do you have to go back to the place that you went to before?
If you go off track, then like let's say like you skip a week and you keep using it and like it's not correct, then you need to go back and get it realigned, and that's free.
Really?
Yeah,
Free?
yeah. So it's
Technology, man.
Technology.
When we were in elementary school, I had braces and I had to go every week or something just to get checked, and it would hurt and it would suck, and you have to wait
With
hours.
that, I feel like it's like it was a business though. You know what I mean? Because like they wanted you back to
With the dentists, yeah, they make a lot of money.
More money like that, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But like I feel like everything now it's more innovative. You know, like for example, like with Uber, Netflix, Tesla. What is it, Tesla? I got Tesla, whatever. But like things like that, it's just more innovative.
You know, one of the things that I think, getting back to business, that I think is crazy now I think about it. I was just reading in the Wall Street Journal, Amazon, that Amazon has made prices so cheap that the economists are, they're just amazed by how little inflation has took up in the last couple of years, because the prices are so low, and the company has somehow made it through their supply chain, through technology, not just Amazon, but all the companies out there that are big. They've made stuff so affordable that inflation, the number one thing that drives the economy, one of the big things that drives the economy, has not risen as much as it should have, just because technology has allowed prices to decrease so rapidly. I think that's crazy.
It's amazing, man. Like, I love technology, man. Like, come on now. Like this is literally the best time to be a human ever, man. Ever. Because all the things that we can like produce and think and innovate on.
Yeah, honestly.
But people don't appreciate it enough, man. I love it.
Yo, I mean, getting back to technology, I think biotech is a big thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Making people be able to live longer than the average age. I think the average lifetime nowadays is around 80.
80?
But who knows, maybe the next 10, 20 will be 100. Oh, we won't be 100, but the average will be 100, and then, you know, who knows what we could do with those extra 10 years.
It's messed up because I heard this one thing by Bill Gates, and like he's speaking on it. Over here, it's 80, but like over in Africa, it's like around like 18 because the tech's not there yet, unfortunately.
Right.
So like, that's on a sad note, but yeah, I had to plug that in there. So
yeah, I mean, yeah, geographically, there's a lot of divisional stuff. You know, we thank God we live in America.
Yeah.
God bless America. But
yeah, I'm cool with that. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there any like countries you want to visit in the next couple of years?
Dude, honestly, yeah, dude. Like obviously Africa, but I also want to go to South Korea, man. South Korea, and just travel and explore. Cause like over there, man, like I have a friend who's coming on the show soon, but like he's been there for like school, like
study abroad.
Yeah, study abroad.
Yeah.
He did it over there. Like he said, like over there's like their tech is like super advanced, man. Super advanced. Like and like they're ahead. You know, it's super cool to just to hear about it and like also to see.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to go there too.
Yeah, I hear it's like it's like a new New York City, you know, on the Asian part of it. Yeah. And it's crazy with the whole North Korea, South Korea thing now that they're officially like, you know, at peace technically. You know,
like I seen a picture, man, of like North Korea and South Korea, like from outer space, and like South Korea is like all lit up because of all the tech, but North Korea is like super dark still. So like that's also like crazy to think about. So it's like two sides to like everything. Yeah. But man, Earth, man. What can you say?
Yeah, that brings me a thought of when we used to play Call of Duty, and like it would show the globe of all the places of people playing Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Never see anyone. You see like one or two
servers,
people.
That's funny.
One or two people in like Africa playing Call of Duty, but then you'd have like, you know, South Korea, they'd be playing Call of Duty. You had all America, unfortunately, playing Call of Duty. And then, you know, it'd be just cool to see that. I mean, Call of Duty was the first video game out there that I knew that showed that type of stuff, and that was really cool just to see that.
And like the internet, like super connected, man. Everyone's talking like on Reddit, Twitter, just having a conversation, you know. So
now, we were just talking about Twitter.
Yeah.
And why it's good. See, I don't have Twitter, so can you tell your followers why you like Twitter and the benefits of Twitter?
Dude, all right, Twitter, it's a big conversation, man. Like, I enjoy it because like I follow funny people, kind of humorous people, but like also like there's like politics, there's news, there's some stories about tech in it, and it's just a whole lot of information, you know. But yeah, like that's all I can say. It's just a big conversation. Like let's say like people are having a disagreement, they can just reply and have a conversation about it, and either settle it, or be angry about their different point of views. But it sparks a conversation.
So it's like a place to debate about random stuff.
Yeah, debate about funny, random, this, that stuff, and it's not harsh, you know.
Right.
But yeah, like I enjoy it, man. I really enjoy it.
So do you personally, you come out and say something, or do you just comment on other people?
Oh, dude, honestly, I don't even post or comment. I just lurk. I just
you just look.
Retweet.
Okay.
Like, oh, that's funny. Retweet that. Oh, that's serious. Oh, retweet that. Like that. This, that. But like, I don't really post anything. But yeah, it's super cool.
I was thinking about it. I never really had a Twitter. Never really found a need for it, but I think it's probably the most beneficial social media platform out there.
Of course.
I think, you know, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. I mean, I've used Instagram a lot, but you know, told you I deleted Instagram and Snapchat.
That's good.
I continually re-download it.
Instagram.
But
With me last year, I deleted Snapchat and Facebook, so I don't have those two. I only have IG and
no wonder you haven't been answering my snaps.
I don't have Snapchat. Yeah, that's funny. But and last few minutes, wrap it up. Any last things you want to say to
Sure.
the viewers?
So at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people have these, you know, visions. I know that Franz and I, we both are just graduating college, so there's a lot of stuff and a lot of things in our minds that we want to do, but there's things that are holding us back. I think that, you know, with all the technology out there, you should try to at least learn something completely different than what you learned in college. You know, let's say you want to be a doctor and you want to take up, I don't know, cooking. You know, that's something completely different. Well, like, there's plenty of platforms out there that allow you to easily learn about that at a very, very cheap cost.
Or even free, like YouTube University, man.
Exactly.
Like, oh, how to cook? Type it up.
Exactly.
Recipes.
Exactly.
It's right in front of your eyes, man.
I think there's a lot of people, you know, in our generation who are just lazy. I mean, me too. I'm lazy all the time.
Procrastination's a killer.
But
man.
you know, the only way to be that successful person is if you just do whatever you need to do to become that person. You know, whether that's study an extra hour or two a day, whether that's cook an extra meal a day just to figure out how to cook, whether that's go to the gym for another 10 minutes just to lose some weight. Like, at the end of the day, it's up to you. You can't have anyone tell you what to do. You have to go out and grab it.
Damn. Hey, man, thank you so much for coming on the show, man. Just thank you. I appreciate
Of course,
it, man. All right, have a good day, all right, boss?
All right, see you later, dog.
You're the man.
Let me know how everything goes.
All right, I will. Woo! Bleacher Talk, baby.